So there I am, killing the dragon at just about the 14-minute mark. And I know it's slow. It's way too slow. I get it, 14 minutes. That's an impressive time for a new speedrunner, even an intermediate speed. But that was my slowest match all day. My average completion is 11 minutes and 24 seconds. I've been trying so hard these past 2 weeks to push myself over that top 50 threshold. And it just isn't happening. A death here, a misplaced there, up and down I go. I started questioning if I'd peaked. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe everybody else has gotten better than me. I really keep logging in every day, believing that I'm gonna climb, but it's just so hard to keep believing that when the stats tell you you can't get there. I'd even gone as far as telling my friends, at the risk of looking foolish today, I'm logging in today, checking back when I've climbed. The graph isn't any different. And I get it, it's dangerous to care so much about stats, especially when you're comparing yourself to other people. Everybody knows the quote, comparison is the thief of joy. But there's something beautiful about competition. Pushing yourself to be the best version that you can. That's what today's about. It's the last day of the phase, and I still believe I can hit it. For the first time all week, I've been on a win streak, and with only a few hours left, this is my final match. I hope you guys enjoyed the little extra editing at the beginning there. I had a lot of fun trying to contextualize this match, right? Because speedruns, often they can be very repetitive. You know, you start, you get a BT. Oh, look at that. I've never seen that before. No, I've seen it 1,000 times. While every match is so much different to me, it's a lot different experience playing a match than watching it, I feel. And so, I don't know. I had a lot of fun really trying to show you guys what this match was like, because today was a big day. There's 4 big days throughout a season. They're the end of phases. That's what this is here. I've been top 50 before, but when it comes down to the wire, like, these are the days that matter. You can be top 50 earlier in the season, sure, but can you really lock in that final day when it actually matters? Can you tell yourself, all right, I'm locking in today, I'm gonna hit top 50 and actually hit it? And I know part of me is torn, because I think the best way to live life is to want what you already have. If you're wanting other things, it's really easy to get trapped in the hole of, oh, I don't have this, I want to be this, why don't I have this? And it can just lead to an unhappy life. But at the same time, I think there's instances where it's okay to want something in life, or to work towards something, to have a goal. And so I'm constantly torn between these two ideas, and part of me feels weird trying to push so hard, or like, do I really deserve it? Have I put in, like, all of these weird feelings? And I know, especially the speedrunning stuff, it can be so addictive, and competing in general. Like, the #1 players in the world, the best athletes in the world at whatever sport you're talking about, soccer, like the most popular sport in the world, the best players aren't the happiest people in the world. You know, there's a big difference between living a happy life and being the best in a competition. You know, I think about athletes, and not to say I'm an athlete, okay? I got into this rant about athletes, but I think it makes the point stand. Not that I'm like a professional athlete or anything. But when you take these top big names, like the Ronaldos of the world, the LeBron Jameses of the world, and I start thinking about, like, that's not, like, sure, it's a big part of your life, but it's not the only thing to life. It's not what your happiness is based off of. What happens when you retire? How are you going to live life? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be depressed for the rest of your life? Because you can't be #1 forever. You can't even be really good forever. And so part of me is always feels weird about talking about ranks and caring so much about it, because I know so many people in the speedrunning community, or in any, like, competitive environment, where you put these expectations on yourself, and you're not always gonna hit them, or you get mad at yourself. You know, whatever elo and skill level you're at, whether you're the #1 player in the world, or you're the 1,000th or millionth best player in the world, it's so easy to be unhappy with playing and saying, oh, I deserve to, like, play better, or, oh, I'm, like, so bad. And it's so easy to get into that headspace. So I always try to be very careful about that when I talk about it in ranked. Because at the end of the day, like, it is just a video game, and I have fun playing with it, and I feel genuinely in such a good headspace with it all, even though sometimes I care. I care so much about my performance. And it sucks. It sucks to care so much about something and not do well or where you feel like you want to. So I don't know, maybe I'm like lying to myself a little bit with all of this. Maybe it is just truly the best to always want what you have and be happy with losing and not think about it a ton. But I remember at the end of the last season, screw it. It doesn't really matter. Is this really even embarrassing? Like, I cared so much about playing well in that tournament, and I didn't. I got absolutely obliterated. This was, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I just lost and lost and lost and made so many mistakes, and it just felt so bad. Bro, I, like, shed tears over it, and I was like, I'm crying over a Minecraft game. But at the same time, like, I did it after stream because, like, I felt weird about it. But at the same time, afterwards, I was like, this is nice to care so much about something in life. It's good. It's like, it's good to feel these emotions. I felt the same way when my cat died because I feel like there's a, like, it's good to feel sad sometimes. Like, it's okay. You know, like, it feels sad, but it's just part of life and, like, just experience it, man. It's not nothing bad. Oh, this makes me think about, like heartbreak too. Like, it hurts, but like it's part of life. Never felt like that way before. I remember thinking, how have I never felt like this before in my life, bro? How have I gone 22 years without experiencing this? So I think it just makes for like a more complete life as long as it's not anything crazy. Like, obviously depression is a big thing and get help, and unhealthy relationships are all over the place, but it's okay to be sad sometimes. You know what I mean? If your cat dies, grieve for it. If you care so much about something, it's okay to be sad about it, but don't let it crush and ruin your life, you know? Let those feelings come and say hi, and then kick them out. I heard that quote the other day, and I kind of like it. So with all that said, let's try to focus back on the speedrun, because that is the point of this video. I have 20 obsidian, so I place stuff a little bit slowly. You do not want to misplace. That's the worst feeling. You misplace, and the match is pretty much over. So we avoid that, and I'm measuring eyes here. Honestly, I was yapping so much. I wasn't even watching the speedrun. I think we had a treasure bastion, maybe. Oh, look at that boat clutch. See, I'm talking about stuff in the speedrun. I'm on track. We're playing Aurelia here. Or no, I feel like I always say the name wrong. I think it's Irela or Aurelia. Honestly, I don't really know, and I don't know how to figure out how to know. You know what I mean? But they're a very good player. They've been in playoffs before. They're currently ranked 44. So in my head, if I win this match, I'm going to be top 50. And I feel like I'm doing this just based off of feel, because, again, I haven't been paying attention. But I remember thinking, man, I'm playing this match lights out. I got one last piece of salmon here. I'm eating it, trying to wait half a second longer to get a good pearl in. I think this is a pretty good pearl. Distance is, what, 180 blocks? And I don't have a ton of pearls. That's the big thing here. In my head, I think I can throw one, maybe two more pearls, so you really want to time where those are the most useful, right? When you have high elevation, you can really chuck it, or there's like some crazy terrain that you need to get around. Regardless, I'm basically at coordinates, and I'm feeling pretty good about the match because Irela still has the entered fortress achievement, so they haven't even like thrown their eyes to start measure. I've pre-crafted gold picks. My crafting has really felt on lock the past week or two, and so as long as I don't make any major mistakes, I should be able to close out this run. I think it's a fast time too, isn't it? Yeah, it's a 720 stronghold. Like, what is this? And look at his nav, dude. I just saw it. It's not even preemptive. I just use my eyeballs, and then it's right there. So I think I craft the eyes a little bit slow, but I drag click them in, and we're entering the end sub 8, which in RSG, like, this is like PB pace for me. I mean, for ranked, it's not quite PB. It's pretty close to it. But I decided not to go for 0, and that's for, I guess, sort of two reasons. Number one is I don't have a ton of pearls, and I was thinking about this before I entered the end. I wasn't really counting, and I was thinking to myself, do I have enough pearls to hunger reset and go for 0? And I just didn't have the mental bandwidth to really process that. I think I probably could have, but I decided not to. And even when I entered the end, it was a front dragon. I have enough health to where I could have gone for it. But if you're not 100% committed to 0, it's very dangerous to decide to go for it halfway. Or if you're like mid-0 and you decide to go for a crossbow, like last split-second decision, it just can lead to a lot of mistakes. And so that's why I didn't do it here. And I don't think it's that punishing either, because I know I'm so ahead. So Irila is finding the stronghold now, so I know she could potentially win if she zeros and I get like a long perch here. So I'm getting a little bit stressed out. Like zeros are nice because it's like if you enter first, you're pretty much guaranteed that you've won the match. But if you don't, oh no, it's up to the dragon to perch. Maybe you get lucky, maybe you get unlucky, and so it always feels bad to leave it up to luck. But this is a fast run. I feel pretty confident in it. The nav is pretty easy, so I'm a little bit scared about that. But I think my terrain decision was really good. My gold pick crafting was phenomenal, and it doesn't really matter because I get the perch. I don't know how many explosives I have here. I think I have 5. So first bed, pretty good, pretty good. Second, third, fourth, and then 5th explosive. We close it out with a sub 10 for top 50 in the world on phase day. I freaking locked in, I showed up, I did what I was gonna say, and it felt really good.
That's how we do it, baby.
That's how we freaking do it. See it, let's see it. Top 50, come on. Come on, baby. Come on, 21 elo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we freaking do it. Yes, bro. Yeah. Showed up, popped off. That's it. That's my phase. That's my phase right there. That's how we do it. You see this win streak? Do you see this? What was that end enter? 724. Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh. All right, that's it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sub 10s on the board. 5 sub 10s in the past day. Just right here. Oh my gosh, dude.